Well, hello and welcome to the motor replacement video for the LITEHAWK Overdrive Blast and Vixen XS chassis. We're going to dive in here very quickly. We're going to first step here is we're going to remove the 5 screws which hold the upper deck on. There's 2 at the back and 2 at the front. The ones at the back are quite long, so they're not threaded all the way through, but they are quite long. Now on the Blast, which is this one here, the center screw is also the body post to hold on the body, so we'll put that over there like that. And we've got our final 2 screws at the front. And once that's done, we can take it off and remove it. So the other thing about this particular video here is we've been using the same chassis to shoot different videos. So the one thing you'll see that is removed is the little tie strap that would hold all these down. So it's already been cut off from an earlier video. Okay, once we've got the upper deck off, the other thing we can do is unplug our steering servo. We're going to unplug our motor wires. That's going to be gone shortly. We're going to take our upper deck and go off. As you can see, that post that holds in the steering, they may come loose, so you can either take it off and put it in the pile or put it back in the chassis. Either one is fine. The next step here is you've got to remove these screws here at the back. Alright, so once we've got our 2 screws here loosened, in this particular one, it's got a rear wing as well as the Overdrive XS. And it's just easier to take the wing off to access the screws below. So the cool part about this is not only when you're changing the motor do you have access to just the motor change, but we also have a chance to take a look at the rear differential and a lot of the gears that are going on inside and make sure they're greased and maintained well. The neat part about this chassis is there's no screws on the bottom that are going to impede us from our task at hand of removing this. So once we get the wing off, I'm going to remove the wing support here. Because I need to get down below to these 2 screws that are down below here. And to be honest, as I'm doing this, unless you've got specialized, tools at home, it's going to be easier. I'm going to just rotate this for you because you'll be able to see better, to remove the upper arm mount here, which are these 2 screws here. And once it's loosened off, okay, and that's the pin for the upper arm as well. Okay, so the upper arms are now loose on both sides. And you can see if you flip it up like this, it actually gives you a really nice stiff platform to work on. Okay, and then we've got our 2 screws here that hold the upper part of the gear case onto the bottom. So now as you can see, that motor and everything wants to come up. Now, if I just want to do this quickly for the motor change, I can leave this. As you can see, it's kind of a bit of a mess right now, but I can easily just slide the motor out, put this down, take my motor mount off, put it on the new one, put it back in, and we're back up and running. So I'm going to leave this part though, so we can go on to talk about videos in a later succession about the gears and the gearbox. But just know that if you're just wanting to replace the motor, once you get the motor out, we're going to have to take this mount off, which is the 2 screws on the opposing side, put it on your new motor, and then we're going to slide that mount back in. Or we can take the motor and put it down like so. I'm going to rotate this here so it'll be easier for you in the camera to see. So, and we just want to make sure, and this is a part, when you slide that motor with that mount is kind of keyed into the chassis, and we just want to rotate the gears and make sure they're not binding. Okay, there's your spur gear here in the center. So really easy, quick, but the nice part is if you're doing all the work to take the motor apart, while you're in here and we've got things apart, you may want to re-grease and check if there's any dirt and debris inside both the spur drive gear, which is for the main shaft, as well as the crown and pinion and the differential itself. So I'm going to leave you here, and you can always check us out with other repair or action videos in the LITEHAWK lineup. So to all you, have a great day.